Hello everybody! Welcome to tonight's Hemp for our World Hemp Health News. It's going to be on, guys. We are talking about science tonight. It's going to be really great. I'm glad you guys are tuning in for an incredible PrimeMyBody
because you guys are going to hear
presentation.
What's
Here
happening, how this is
Here
happening.
we go.
What's taking place.
John
with
Taylor.
Some of the tests we've done, results. Here's the guys that you saw on video the other day at our conference, and I know everybody's been sharing these videos. So there's an energy wrapped around this. There's an excitement wrapped around this, and we're super excited to have you here with us tonight because PrimeMyBody is definitely helping people that are getting great results. They're people that are having phenomenal results.
If you guys are having
product.
phenomenal
So
results, comment
tonight,
below.
The person that got you here,
Love you guys.
definitely has a website they can share with you. This is something that you can. This is something that you can get for.
All right,
this is something
in the
that
house.
you can get to the people that are. The people that brought you onto this call tonight, because this call tonight is going to be about how can you benefit from what PrimeMyBody's put together. Even though you didn't run into 300-pound guys and you didn't hit at the highest level, there's a place for you. But tonight, we're going to talk about how this has been able to help these guys, and it's helped them, which means it's helped their families, which means it's helped their families' families, which means it's helped their families, because inside that effect of something helping one person, it always extrapolates out to so many more people being helped. Right. And I love that, because that's really what PrimeMyBody is all about. PrimeMyBody is about how we have products that are impacting and changing people's lives, and how these products are going to help individuals and help people and help you create what you're trying to create for yourself, which is the water you drink, the air you breathe, the food you put in your body is all so toxic anyway that you need our products to get that out. We'll couple on the fact that these guys used to hit each other on the gridiron. They took a few more hits, which is something that you'll hear tonight. But it's also things that that we go through in life that are traumatic, and traumatic things that happen to us that cause us to need this repaired, getting the body back to its perfect homeostasis that we talk about. And that homeostasis is going to help individuals that are on this call tonight for you to understand what is happening. So you guys tonight, you're going to hear from them in just a second. There's a business model in place, whether it's our Calm, our Focus, which these products are absolutely phenomenal. Mm-hmm. They are products that get into your bloodstream really fast. We use nanosonicated technology, stuff that moves quickly. We've got studies behind all of this. So the person that got you here, you can go to their website, go to PMB Science, and that PMB Science page has studies that we've done. It has things that we've done as a company to get this brand out, to get the name of this, to get all the stuff out there that people are looking for, to figure out, hey, is this the type of product that I need to take for myself and my family? Whether that's our skincare lines that help you look younger, whether it's our new product Shield that just came out, which helps to build the body so that you can shield things off. 18 of the most amazing herbs that help your body to fight off all the junk. So when you do your homework on our product Shield, it is amazing what Shield has been able to do as we roll this out, as testimonials are coming in from the company. Again, Calm helps you rest. It helps get rid of that inflammation that gets in us. So as you're listening to this tonight, you may be looking at different things that you're looking for from a product perspective. So we have that. The flip side is we've also got a business model, which the business model allows you to promote, and the business model allows you to get affiliates and get customers, and there's a whole community structure wrapped around that, which the person that got you on here can talk about that. Part-time income, full-time income, and for some of the people that want to build this more aggressively, break the bank type of money where people have the ability to really build large distribution with affiliates and customers and help those individuals to build something out. So I'm super excited because you have a chance to be in the world of hemp, and if you've done any research, the next 5 and 10 years of the hemp industry, both here and around the world, is something exciting. So open in Japan, open in Mexico, open in the United States, getting ready to open up South Africa. We started this process about 10 months ago. South Africa, Kenya, Nigeria, and Ghana. the next 4 countries that we're going to.
Who do you guys know in those places?
Once people are able to fly back in, then we'll be able to get all that stuff on the ground and get going in the continent of Africa, which will be really cool. And then other parts of Asia and other parts of Latin America are right now being worked on as well. So if you're plugging in tonight, we're an international company that's trying to help people both here and around the world. So again, the person that got you here can share this information with you. They can, have conversations with you about how this product, how these products can help you. But tonight's about the NFL. Tonight's about, people that have played sports at a high level. Tonight's about, people that are taking our product and what the results has been. And, Kenyon, it's good to see you, man, because Brian's looking kind of old and got that brain. You're looking absolutely phenomenal in this pandemic. We got to talk to Brian about what he needs to do to be as good looking as you.
Well, man, I haven't been this weight since I was in 6th grade. And I'm about to be 50 in 2 months. So it's either the quarantine is helping or it must be the weather of California. It's either one of the two. I can't take credit for it.
I hear you.
But what happens when you lose weight, your head gets bigger. So if my head is taking up the screen, I'm sorry, but it's just the way it goes when you lose weight.
Well, we'll pick on Brian on another time, but we know Brian's head's been big with a big body or a small body. So, it just goes both ways with him.
Well, let's just say he's hit me a couple times with that big ass head, and it's the reason why I'm on this call today.
Yeah, University of Texas, OU.
Oh,
you played when I was there. I loved watching. That was the Red River battles are phenomenal. But there is a little bit of hitting going on.
Man, a lot of hitting, and believe me, the older you get, like you start to realize. I didn't realize I got hit in those places that many times. So trust me, it's a struggle. I've had 2 hip replacements. I've had knee, Achilles, back, shoulders, neck. Take your pick. So when you get to be my age, it's when one thing gets better, the other goes bad. So I'm in a constant struggle with science in my body. So this is why this call is very relevant right now.
Well, I'm gonna turn the call over to you because when Paul started talking to you guys, who's our CEO and founder, and he started visiting with you about, hey, how can we roll this out? And you guys started looking at this. I mean, I know you played many years in the league, and then you went on to work in high tech companies and little small companies, Oracle, a couple of places that are SAP. I mean, so you're definitely somebody that understands the world of tech, and then also understands what products can do if the right products are put. So our having an internet portal and giving people the ability to build something online, but also with a product like hemp that's helping so many people. What was the inspiration behind this? The 2 gentlemen that you have here tonight with yourself, what has this product been like? I'm going to turn the floor over to you so that we can hear you guys.
Well, thank you, JT. I appreciate it. And let me just say, again, we've worked, just kind of a little background on myself, obviously played with the Giants, played with the New York Jets, played 5 years, retired at 27, didn't know what to do, wanted to use my football experience in some sort of career. And obviously, it's not too many careers that pay you for running touchdowns once you're off that field. So I had to reinvent myself and kind of find my niche in business. And I was able to do that and leverage all of my experience. And I got into technology, but really got into the medical aspect of it right off the bat with the NFL. So in 2001, I created the first league-wide EMR system for the NFL. It was the first HIPAA-compliant system.
That's
and basically it was created because it took 2 years for me to get my workers' comp when I retired from the NFL. And I couldn't understand why it was taking 2 years when they are supposed to turn over the records within 2 weeks, according to the federal bylaws of HIPAA. So it really kind of taught me how the NFL works and how products are put out there. And so when Paul and BJ came to me with this opportunity, it was all in the midst of this CBD rush that is going on with sports and athletes. and all you have to do is turn on the TV and you'll see every athlete talk about CBD. Well, we all know that every athlete and every person is built different. And I'm about as skeptical as they come in terms of product. So my question was, if we say it's going to work, let's go prove it. Let's go put this product to test. Let's go test some athletes out in this focus group study, because I know from a focus group perspective, you know, you can't get too many more medical problems than former athletes, especially NFL players. And I just take my personal experience of working with products. Some work on me, some don't. So one of the things that we wanted to do around this concussion study that's going on, a lot of things with head injuries, was let's go out, let's not only just test these players with doing a QEEG test, which measures some of the brain waves that are going on, but let's give them the focused product and see and retest them and see how well they do, right? But I think not only did we find out that 90% Taylor and Lorenzo did better when we retested them with the focused product, I think the storylines of the 73 players that we tested were all consistent with some of the problems that we were all facing in this so retired, you know, career thing that we're actually going through. Things like sleeplessness, right? Getting up, lack of attention span, pain. I mean, pain can distract you from a lot of things. And one thing that as athletes we're trained on is when you get hurt, it's, okay, I'm hurt. Give me a rehab program to rehab my body so I can get back out there. Unfortunately, there's not a rehab program for the brain. And there's not a product that you can train to get back. And so a lot of us are out here swimming, what I say, in a swimming pool by ourselves and not realizing, hey, man, I'm looking for a lifeguard to help me. Where should I turn? What product works? What will work consistently with me? And so when we were able to actually pull this study together, and then I'm just saying, no, I don't think any other company would have gave us the freedom to actually pull these guys together and actually test them and actually prove that the product worked. And so I just want to say, you know, thanks to Paul Rogers and P&B for giving us that opportunity, because it gave us an opportunity to also connect with guys like Taylor and Lorenzo, who are out there that normally we would not be talking with. We would have never connected with. We wouldn't realize that we had something in common with them. And that is, hey, we need help. I mean, and I'm not going to lie. I mean, I work in a high-tech world that I have to be mentally ready and alert at all times. And I found myself slipping. And I don't know if that's from how many hits I took to the head, if that's just from, you know, the environment of post-NFL career, what life teaches you. But what I can say is that it's worked wonders for me. And talking to guys like Taylor and Lorenzo, I can tell you it's also helped them tremendously in their life as well, just to their daily lives. So it's been awesome, man. I can't thank you guys enough for the opportunity to allow us to do this.
When you look at these guys up here, I know you had a chance to be with them. And Lorenzo, if you can get that, let's see if I can get that off. Okay, there we go.
You got it?
I got you.
Okay.
You know, when Kenyon and these guys had a chance to put this on you, first of all, where'd you play? What position? You know, give us some of the ESPN highlights real quick for us, if you don't mind. And,
Okay. Quick story about me. I'm Lorenzo Lynch. I entered the league in 1987. I was a free agent out of Sacramento State. And I knew right off the bat that the NFL was going to be kind of rough, because back in 87, it wasn't a 90-man roster to go to training camp. It was unlimited. When I say unlimited, I'm talking about guys on top of guys fighting to get reps. And I knew right then what I was up against. So I went to Dallas right out of Sacramento State. And I got cut, went to Chicago, and stuck for 3 years in Chicago. Thank God to the NFL strike in '87. I was one of the scabs that played. And after the strike, the Bears kept me. And then I went there. I went 6 years with the Arizona Cardinals, and then I finished up in Oakland. So I did 2 years in Oakland. So, and that was my hometown. You know, grew up, born and raised in Oakland, California. So got a chance to make a complete circle back home. So that was my story, man. But so a lot of things I've been hearing so far, man. Hey, he's spot on. He said it all, man. We swimming out there alone, and at first I didn't know what I was up against. I did not know until Dave Dorson. I don't know if y'all know his story, but he was my roommate. Well, actually, I was his backup in Chicago. Then he came to Arizona. He was my backup, and I kind of talked some of the guys to get him up here, so he became my roommate. So I really got a chance to really spend a lot of time with Dave Dorson. If anybody knew Dave Dorson, you talking about a stand-up guy, Notre Dame grad, owned and operated 3 McDonald's. I mean, family man. He had his stuff together, right? So when I read his story, I couldn't believe that what happened to him. So when I started reading some of the things that Dave Dorson was dealing with, that's why I came to realize, hey, I'm dealing with this same stuff. I thought it was just me getting older, you know, post football, post bar. I'm just having problems, right? But I started realizing, man, no, this is all. Then I started asking guys, talking to guys. A lot of people dealing with this, man, and I mean, and it ain't just, you know, you grew up all your life playing football and now it's over. No, man, I mean, I'm talking about really fight or flight, struggle in your head. I mean, I'm always an outgoing guy. Never ran from no attention or media. I ran to the media. Yeah, I found myself, man, just, you know, withdrawing by myself, want to be left alone, don't answer the phone.
Sounds like a lot of people right now.
Don't return phone calls, man. I started becoming, they start calling me Mr. No-Show.
Yeah.
And for me, that hurt my feelings. I wanted to go, but I just couldn't get out my own head. I couldn't get out my own head, so then I just started trying to.
You know what that's like? Make sure you
find things,
like,
you know, to help me be able to just cope with just everyday little bitty things. You know, going to my daughter's school, performance at the school, or going to talk to one of her teachers. Okay, man, I'm stuck. I'm really stuck. My wife's at work. I really got to do it. So that's why I kept looking and searching till I found something. But I'm telling you right now, dude, not to jump the whole subject, but that focus is it for me, man. I had to get focused just to get on this, to talk to y'all tonight.
A quick story, Lorenzo. So when Lorenzo came to the study, guys, let's just say he was apprehensive about coming in there with all these people because we reached out to the Dallas chapter. So we did 2 studies. We did one in Miami. We did one in Dallas. And let me just say, I met Lorenzo in the lobby. And I was like, man, Lorenzo Lynch, man. He's like, man, I don't know about being up in here. I mean, he apprehensive. And I talked to him, man. I told him, man, like, you in a safe space. First of all, you're amongst your people. So the same problems that you're going through, let's talk about them. Because, I mean, we going through the same thing. Let's try to figure out how we can come together and try to fix these things. And it's something about this whole locker room thing when you've been in this NFL and you've played football, man, about injuries and how you treat things, man. And I just, you know, when I bonded with Lorenzo, it was like, does anybody really understand, like, what we go through once y'all see us off this TV screen? Because if you didn't know, you'd be like, oh, okay, well, you know, he's doing okay, or you see us from a distance, man. But it's a struggle, man. It's a struggle. And so when he took that focus and changed, I mean, it really kind of told us, I mean, it's doing something, right? It's helping. And he texted me right when he got home, like, man, where can I get some more of that? I'm trying to give it to my daughter, you know what I mean? I'm at the game. So, you know, that really kind of told us, man, like this stuff is a little different than some of the other products and services out there. And let me just say the culture of the PrimeMyBody, of how they approached it, was just phenomenal. And we have Taylor Barnhill on, so we'll go to him because I think his story is even more it's just as powerful. And Taylor, obviously you took the study, you know, you've been taking the Focus product. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your experience with PrimeMyBody and coming to the study and kind of some of the things that you found out just from taking the test and kind of being part of this whole program.
Yes, sir. So basically, I didn't have the opportunities to pursue my professional career in football due to injuries. So I played my ball at UNLV from 2010 to 2014, played quarterback and then transitioned to tight end. So obviously going from a position to where not really getting that head-to-head contact and then working my way down into the trenches, that's where I really started to experience, what real football was like. And that's where, I started to accrue some of those head injuries. At the time, you're like, it's football, let's go, or, it doesn't matter. But as my career progressed, and then as, I got done with football and injuries kind of prevented me from making that jump, I really did, like Lorenzo, I found myself kind of withdrawing, kind of in a funk. It's really hard to describe, and I think Lorenzo did a great job describing it. But I mean, it's something that if you've been through it, it's really hard to describe. But I found myself in that position, and I went on through my professional career, been coaching and doing my thing, and like you said, you found yourself slipping, lack of focus, kind of got that brain fog sometimes when you wake up. You lack that sleep from the night before because you were restless throughout the night. That's the type of stuff that I was really smart to, it kind of got worse and worse and worse as I got further away from football. And that's when, my buddy or my Houston Nut is kind of who hooked me up with this. He works with Brian Jones on CBS. And Brian Jones said, yeah, come on, bring him. Let's take a look what's going on. And, I was apprehensive. I didn't really want to go at first because, I didn't want to know. And that's kind of what, a lot of players that came to this study, that's kind of why they were hesitant at first because they knew, they had some head-to-head contact throughout their careers. And, I was kind of like, I kind of don't want to know. But then talking with Brian a little bit more, I got convinced, all right, let's go do it. And it was amazing, really. Just to see the results, sitting down with Doc and talking, and he's like, man, you look like you had, PTSD. Like that's how bad your head looked. And, some of the studies even shocked him, some of the results. And when you see your doc across from you kind of shocked, now you're like, all right, this is something that needs to be dealt with.
My doc said she never
But then,
seen
what was reassuring
so
is, we took the focus at the study, and he said, all right, now your levels are starting to come back to baseline. And normal levels on your brain scan. So right there and then I was like, there's something to this.
Crazy.
I've always been somebody that's into health, looking for, proven supplements that are going to work. Like you, very skeptical of things. Everybody's out just to kind of make a buck. I'm very skeptical. And then when I see a company like PrimeMyBody putting the resources to have this study, I really do understand that, we're trying to make a difference here. Like we're trying to impact not just football players, but just the everyday Joe. And so once all that happened, I was in. Just like Lorenzo said that on the way home, I'm talking to Coach now like, hey, this is something that I need to look into because anything that can give you quick results like that and you can feel the difference. I mean, I'm sitting there taking that test and I feel the difference.
You feel it. You feel it.
That's something that's pretty special. So
well, I'm gonna keep taking the focus because if I can start looking like Taylor again back in the day, I mean Taylor looked like me about 25 years ago. Everybody, if you haven't seen him, this is a good-looking fella, man. I sure wish I had them looks back in the day. I'd have been dangerous. But it really does speak to the whole company culture and kind of what we set out to do with this because again, a lot of athletes and there's a lot of endorsements out there from players. I know a lot of them have businesses within CBD, and I've been around this for a couple years around the medical part of this, around the NFL, and I know they were looking at certain pain management, medical things, and our goal is to try to use these studies to kind of alert the NFL that these products do exist and they can help these retired players that you're reading about that are struggling. And so the more that we can get this out there, we can let the world know what this is doing, I think the more progress we will make.
Yep.
And
the more people get involved,
again,
the
I
faster
think
the
this is
news
just the
spreads.
start of it.
Please help us, y'all.
Hey, what's been, all three of you, just here real quick, I'm asking y'all this question. What's been the biggest thing that you've had, and you've said a few things, what's been the biggest thing that you would say? BJ told me, he said, it's when I walked up to do one name in the draft, and I walked up and I couldn't remember one name. And he said, he said, here I am, it's my job, I'm on TV. And he said, that's when I knew. I was like, something's really, really starting to go wrong. And his recall was not good. And that's when he and I started talking 3.5 years ago. And of course, he told me he had his own THC formula. I said, Brian, that's not what I'm trying to get you to use. This thing is completely what you're putting in absorbs, and the technology and how this all works. It was really interesting to see how quickly it happened. But what was the moment that scared y'all the most? It was like, I've got to get some help, or I've got to find this.
Well, I think, for me personally, I mean, first of all, if you're reading about Dave Dorson and Junior Seau and these guys, and you thinking, man, I mean, am I going that route, right? So the fear factor of, man, I know something's going on, because for me, I used to be able to sit down, and BJ can tell you this, and knock out papers and presentations and everything real quick, right? And now I found myself trying to figure out, man, why is this taking me so long to do the same stuff I did, 5-6 years ago, and it doesn't look right to me, right? And you're struggling, and you go to the doctor, and then they want to prescribe you Adderall, because the way that you describe what you're going through, like you're foggy and you're just trying to get started, and it just, and they're going to over medicate it. And I was never one to take a lot of, medications planned and supplements and things like that. I didn't feel like I needed them. So I was really like, hey man, I need to find something. And, what ends up happening when we are able to talk to one another is like our conversations, me and BJ be like, okay, man, what's going on today? Well, my back is out and my hip is hurting. And, so it and again, I mean, only us kind of understand what we're going through every day. But it really started to scare me when I wasn't able to do the normal work functions that I was able to do all of these years, and it started to slow down. So being able to take this product, take it in the morning, be able to focus on it, go and knock my work out, man, it's been like, it's just made a huge difference in my business and kind of the way I go about my day. So that's my story. What about you, Taylor?
So for me, a lot of the same things, but one thing that I feel like has been unique from my experience, I used to be able to, so I'm completing my master's degree this summer. I'll be finished with it this summer. And I was recently introduced to Focus in December. So up until then, so about 1.5 years of schooling, I couldn't read. I could not do any sort of work with any sort of background noise going on. It could have been the smallest noise. But my focus and my attention span was so bad because it wasn't there. I could not. So I would have to literally go close myself off in a silent room and just read an article or to type a paper. And that was a big alarming, that set the alarm off for me. I was like, man, I used to be able to do this with all kinds of stuff going on in the background.
Kind of like my kids, where they got the computer on, the TV, and their phone, and they studying.
Right.
I don't know how that happens.
No, see, that we lose that. Especially,
I was a little jealous. Let me just say that.
Yeah, that cannot happen anymore. So definitely that's been a huge addition is, once I take that focus, I'm able to, just in case there is a background noise or there's something going on, I can kind of lock in and stay focused and get my work done.
What about you, Lorenzo? When was your aha moment?
I think I had my aha moment was, I had started this, when I retired, I had started this youth football organization. I mean, we started from the ground up. I mean, we had to get the helmets and shoulder pads, and we had 5 teams and the cheerleaders. So we built this whole program up. We used to take these kids, get buses, take them to Raider games, and really do a lot for these kids, after school program and all that. And so I started and was running it. And after a couple of years, my wife kind of like start doing everything. And then, we constantly doing this. And she just looked at me and said she was tired of sharing her brain. No, like she was tired of having her brain for the two of us. She looked, man, when she said that, I mean, man, I could have just, man, I was finished. And then my daughter told me, she said, she's 14 now. A couple years ago, she said, man, Dad, I don't like being with you because it's like I'm the adult and you the kid.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's moments like this. I said, man, I got to continue to try to get better because I don't want to be no burden to them. So I got to try to, so that's what my aha moment. When my daughter, my wife came to me and said that, and then my daughter said that to me. So my two hearts right there, Doc. So, and I be with them the most, man. So that was my aha moment that I knew that, I had to get some help. And just like, I go to the doctor, I got a doctor, he wanted to give me, medicine. But when I take that medicine, it kind of make me sleepy. It slow me down, but just make me sleepy a little bit, so.
Well, some of that medicine, depending on what the side effects are, I mean, like that's the problem is over-medicated. So, and we've taken enough medication for our lifetime in those years that we played. As I try to tell people.
I mean, what I just thought about what you had said, what it almost remind me of, before a game. I don't know if you ever did this, but how you used to get they give you a shot of Toradol in your butt, then they give you a shot of B12, what they say was B12 in your arm. And you had this incredible focus, this incredible energy, and this. I mean, you'd be running on the field, people be calling, you don't even see them, and then so and this kind of like what this focus did for me that day that we was in that room. I mean, my light just came on. I did not know it was a big window right there. But when I went in there, it just seemed like a real small room.
That's what we're doing, folks.
But after I took that focus, man, everything just lit up. I'm telling you, I just took it today.
Turn the lights on.
I use it, especially when I get ready to go meet with some people or got to sit down. But so, that's why, man.
Guys, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question real quick. So, what has your family said about what they've seen y'all? How they've seen y'all change? What's been their conversation wrapped around? Have they seen the shifts and what's going on with you guys?
Well, I can't say my kids paying attention that much. I wish they were. They were when they were younger. I mean, I got a 22, 21, and 18. So all they know is daddy can't remember their friend's name all the time. But just a happier disposition. So, when I used to get out of this office after working all day, you'd be in a mood, man, because it would literally mentally drain the hell out of you. And so to be out and then try to, I guess, be in a good mood when you're around them for the first time all day it was extremely difficult. But now they like, Daddy, you won't shut up.
Yes.
My wife is like, could you please just quiet down? So she knows something's happening. So that's been like the moment for them is that they realize, okay, he's kind of back to his normal self again. So that was my moment.
Awesome.
Taylor, what about you? Lorenzo.
Okay. Well, mine was when my wife actually asked me for some, because she a kindergarten teacher, right? So she's sitting in there with maybe 24 and 5-year-old or 5 and 6-year-old. So she asked me about the focus. So then I let her have some and tried it. So there it was right there. So she was hooked, and my daughter, she just like that day that I left with a bottle after I tested. I left with a bottle, and I went to a volleyball tournament, and right then she was kind of sluggish the first game. So I said, "Here, won't you try some of this?" And so then, she had a phenomenal day the whole rest of the day. And so then the one game she didn't take it, and she came up to me and said, "I forgot to take that focus."
Yeah, we are superstitious, ain't we?
Yeah. So yeah, man.
I wish I had this when I was competing in snowboard cross. I'll tell you that. Recovery is so fast.
What about yours, Taylor?
I would say kind of piggybacking on yours, just much more patient. You know how sometimes when you get around your family, you can be short-tempered at times, especially when you've gone through some of the stuff that we've gone through. And I've definitely noticed myself being more patient, more joyous to be around. Just like you said, you have a happier disposition, and you're more enjoyable. Anytime you have that short fuse around family, it's never a good thing. Even if they dismiss it like, oh, that's Taylor being Taylor, like that's still not a good thing. So definitely being more joyous to be around, having that happy disposition for sure.
And JT, let me just say one thing too. I mean, a lot of these products out there are not necessarily checked for what is in them. And so one of the reasons we wanted to have this in Dallas, as you well know, near your facility, is to make sure that things are being done the right way, and what it is what's in the actual bottle itself. And so to be able to actually see that process, to experience it, to see the people working, to know that whatever is being put in there is exactly what it says it is also one of the benefits, I think, of working with PrimeMyBody. So I just want to put that out there.
Core nutraceuticals.
That is, Kenyon, that's one of the big things that the company has always prided itself on is making sure the ingredients, making sure what we're putting in people's bodies, making sure that, some of the hurdles in the first year was, just making sure that we didn't have THC in the product, make sure there wasn't any, it's completely THC free was a big part of this. Having organic sourcing was another big part of this because, again, you hit the nail on the head. You can, we're in the state of Texas, you're in California, Lorenzo, you're in California, Taylor, you played in Nevada, but you're back in Texas. I mean, football is something that as young men, playing growing up, I had a dad that coached. I played through high school and then watched you guys from there on. But you take hits all along the way, and everybody wants you to have protein and amino acids and, you got to do this and take this for your body. But nobody is helping here between our ears. And a few times you get that bell rung, people deal with that. But the flip side of it also is when people see this work on you, it goes back to you guys have such a testimony, for people. You have such a testimony when these guys saw your stories we had a Zoom conference this last weekend, and there were probably about 2,200, 2,300 people that came through in our 2 days that were there listening and educating. And y'all's story is what absolutely drove our fields with so much excitement because they were talking about, they were just saying, hey, we're listening to them, we see what's happening. Well, you guys have such an influence over so many other people because, the air we breathe, the water we drink, and the food we put in our body, nobody really wants to talk about that. They don't want to talk about, what's the glyphosate that's on, fruits and vegetables, and they don't want to talk about, some of the chemical contents or the water that we're putting into our body. And there's just so many different things that we don't have any control over. But once you get educated and once you understand that, and when you can find a product that does that and helps get rid of all that toxicity out of the body, then we want to share that with so many people. We're going to land the plane, so I'm going to ask y'all one last question. One last question, because our affiliates are loving you guys. I've got texts coming in. Man, this is a good-looking group. Lorenzo, we already know they saw you on video, so you got guests out here tonight.
Well, let me just say, I'm not usually on Zoom with the video on, so y'all better get a good picture of this. Just in the quarantine where you can't get a good haircut. I'm just saying.
With you guys, real quick, last question. If you had one thing to say to all the affiliates and the guests that are on here that are evaluating, what's the one thing that y'all would say to them?
The first thing I would tell people is pay attention to the company culture and pay attention to the product. There's a lot of companies that can make claims that say a lot of things, but they can't back it up. And here's what I'll tell you. I've been around a lot of executives and business models and people. PrimeMyBody has got great people.
Yeah, we are.
And I will tell you that wholeheartedly. JT, Paul, just really good people, man. And that's who you want to work with. That's who you want to be involved with. And so I'll leave it with that.
Thank you, sir.
So I'll say, like Kenyon said earlier, a lot of these products out here, you really don't know what's going into them. And as, PrimeMyBody, you invest in companies that are investing in their customers. And that's something that's happening here. There's no doubt about it. The work that you guys are putting in is proof that you guys are investing. You really care about the product you're putting out there. You're not just trying to throw it out there and make that money grab. This is something that you really truly believe in,
folks.
and it's something that customers should be researching. And the more research they do, the more they're going to see that this is something that is legit.
Perfect. Renzo.
And what I would like to add is, first of all, man, everybody I've met so far from the company, man, I'm talking about straight up. They say what they mean what they say. And really, to me, man, to be honest with you, I love to have a product that you could just, really, you don't have to do no talking. You just give it to the person and just say, try it. If you don't do nothing else, just try it. And they gonna, the product will sell itself. I'm telling you, if somebody really looking for some help and they really want to go to the next level without putting a whole bunch of garbage in your body, just try it. I'm telling you, the product will sell itself. You don't even have to, you don't really have to do a whole lot. That's why I like the people down at PrimeMyBody, because they mean what they say. I mean, this the product, here it is, try it. And there it is. You don't have to do nothing else. So that's what I like about it, man. They actually,
just so you guys know, y'all inspired quite a few people. I know some brain scans that are coming with Jeff Blake, who played quarterback for the Bengals for years. Quincy Carter just got on board with PrimeMyBody, and he said, "Hey man, I want one of those scans." And the list goes on of people that have been a major part of this and have been ambassadors for this. Jeff Reed's story, before we ever got started doing any of the scanning, Jeff Reed's story as a Pittsburgh Steeler was a phenomenal story. Just what he dealt with after playing, the depression that sets in. Sometimes it's not even taking a hit. It's just, you're not in front of the big crowds. You're not, you go from, 100,000 people and all the different things to normal life. And sometimes that can mess with the brain and the mind. So, as you guys are sitting here today, first of all, thank you for your time. We greatly appreciate it. We look forward to bringing out more products. The next one that's coming out is going to be a big one for you guys as well as anybody else that's out there, because nitric oxide mixed with hemp does some amazing things for the heart. And, the number one killer in the silent killer in the world is that heart, is that ticker. And so, we don't look into the heart. We don't look into the brain. These are not play go. But we've got products that are bringing so much value to so many people's lives. So I definitely want to thank you guys. You're off the PrimeMyBody hot seat. If you're a guest here tonight, come join us. Come be a part of this. Whether you played at the highest level in sports, or whether you're, you say, hey, I didn't play sports at all. Hey, I'm taking care of a family. I'm a single mom. I'm a person that works in IT over here. I roof houses. I do whatever. Everybody's looking for a community to plug in, to live a healthier life, to build a wealthier life, to create more money for themselves. And that's what PrimeMyBody provides for you. It's an honor for me to even get a chance to host calls like this, because I enjoy being around guys that I've watched my entire life, that I've had a chance to meet, and I've met some really good guys along the way. And we're working with really good individuals in the NFL, and more are coming, because the results are happening for people that are just, as you hear these stories, you're going to hear hundreds and hundreds and soon thousands and thousands of more of people that are getting this on point, and then they can live their life in such an amazing way. So guys, we just want to thank you for stopping by. Y'all have a super night. Renzo, thank you. Kenya, thank you. And Taylor, thank you for your time tonight.
Thanks for having us, guys. Appreciate it. Take care.
All right, y'all. Woo! Hey, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you have watched this whole thing to the end, wherever you have found this, if it's on YouTube or Hempress Terra, Facebook channel, Instagram, or anywhere of the other millions of places you could have found this, please know that there is an incredible offer for you folks out there in Facebook land. If you would like to try 5-day supply, it's 5 days of the Focus product that the guys were talking about in the video today. It's rich in CBG. It's amazing. You guys, the science is there for everyone. Check it out. If you'd like to learn more, alternativemedicine.prime, P-R-I-M-E, MyBody, PrimeMyBody.com. And if you guys are interested and you want to try a 5-day free supply and pay just the shipping and handling, guys, it'll ship straight to your door amidst everything that's going on. Who doesn't want to get a better night's sleep, get off some of those toxic medications, and really just feel vibrant and alive? And when you do feel better, and when you do sleep better, and when you do have a longer fuse, if you will, for things that normally trigger you and piss you off, and like the guys said, they're just less reactive, less angry, just more copacetic, woosah, chill. That's really what we have to offer here, and that's really what we hope that you guys land home with tonight, or today, or this morning, or wherever you're finding this recording, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for letting people in your community know that we are here and we mean business. We are here to help tackle it head on. Brain injuries, guys, I've had my own, as you guys may or may not know. I'm going on almost 3 years after my accident, and I'm telling you, my doctors were absolutely floored. I'm telling you, like my doctor, Kayla at Denver General Health, her jaw hit the floor when I came in 30 days later. So amazingly just vibrant, and it was great. She's like, I've never seen anyone heal this fast in 25 years. What are you doing? You don't think that I want to share that with everyone in the whole entire world? Guys, we have to, like the guys said, turn the lights back on. That's what this is doing. When someone's lantern is burned out and dim, we are at the providers of the lighter fluid, if you will, the lantern fuel, the kerosene. You need a little something in you need that vibrant. You have to have the spark and the will to live, and you have to have fuel in order to fuel that fire and continue it. This hemp oil, you guys, the hemp extracts, the CBD, the CBG, all the good terpenes and amazing, this isn't just some hemp extract. I live in Denver, Colorado, guys. It is the cannabis capital of the world. I'm telling you, I have tried countless products, countless companies that no one can provide safe testing or what's in the product and what's not in the product, and give me a sample and have it actually work. Like, I'm telling you guys, there is something special and very magical to this bottle and this company and this community and this PrimeMyBody familia. Why have I aligned with here, Hempress Terra? Because I represent what I hope to be and always will be, bringing value to you guys, my community members, my family, my friends, the people in this planet of Earth that we need to illuminate love in our hearts. That's what I do this for you guys. So thank you for watching. Whoever you are, you're my peeps. If you watch this to the end, please let yourself be known, and let's get you a free sample, 5 days of Focus. All right, bye guys.